Hello, good evening. It's Lisa. Today I'm going to talk about my weight problems again and my journey on Saxenda, which is a drug that I'm taking to try to lose weight and lower my insulin levels so I can be healthier. So overall, the week went well. Before I get into talking about Saxenda, I do just kind of want to share a little bit about my weight journey, my thoughts on being obese, and kind of why I want to share my weight issues. So starting off, this is a problem, one of the biggest problems in my life that I feel like I'm failing at, that I think probably the biggest problem that really affects my self-worth and which I feel, and not right now, but I have felt in the past, very self-loathing thoughts about my weight issues, about my body size. I think this has been since postpartum with Eli, which is my second kid, who is now turning 5 on Saturday. When I say it like that, I never really realized it. I have been really struggling with my weight for 5 years. Actually, no. I have I've had, since postpartum with Eli, I've had off and on, desperate thoughts at some points of the journey where I feel worthless, should I even be here? Not necessarily, I don't know if I can say suicidal thoughts really, because I'm not planning to kill myself or anything like that, but I do feel in the depths of despair at some points, and it's an uncontrollable negative energy that comes upon me at points, and I just feel so out of control. Anyways, I know that could be partly postpartum, but I think a lot of it has to do with my weight and my body image and all of that. Oh, yeah. So it hasn't been, constantly through the last 5 years. I have had, I did after about a year postpartum with Eli, figure out how to lose weight, and I lost 50 pounds, and I was in a good place. I was 10 pounds away from a healthy BMI. Oh, which was great. Oh my goodness, which was great. But yeah, then I stopped doing intermittent fasting. I gained 15 pounds back. Then I got pregnant. Then I gained, actually, in my third pregnancy, I gained weight pretty healthily for the first 2 trimesters. The last trimester, I gained weight like crazy, and in the last 2 months of my pregnancy, I gained 30 pounds, which I still can't get over. That's still mentally, that makes me so frustrated and angry that I gained 30 pounds in 2 months at the end of pregnancy, and it's been now 2.5 years basically, and I cannot lose a pound of it. I'm still, right now I'm about as heavy as I was 9 months pregnant, and I had a 7-pound baby, that's so frustrating to me. I can't even, I can't get over that. That is a problem for me mentally. Anyways, so I have been struggling off and on with it for 2 years now and haven't lost any weight, and I've been so I was 220 9 months pregnant, and now I've been between 220 to 230 pounds, I'm talking, for the last 2.5 years, and I've tried many attempts and nothing seems to work, or it works like very slowly, and oh man, and it's been frustrating. And last year I got frustrated. I went to a naturopath. I feel like my hormones are like out of whack or something's wrong with my body. And the naturopath said my insulin levels are very high. I'm insulin resistant and basically pre-diabetic, which diabetes runs in my family. So after that, like, I have been very like concerned about also what it's doing to my health. And I'm glad that through that naturopath I was able to figure out, yes, there's something wrong, because beforehand I had been going to my doctor and he had been doing like thyroid testing and like glucose levels and stuff, but everything like that came out normal. But my naturopath said regular doctors don't do like fasting glucose and fasting insulin to compare a certain number, which figures out insulin resistance. And so she did that, and she said it's ridiculously high and I need to get my insulin figured out. So she put me on a no sugar, no flour diet, which I did for like 3 weeks, like perfectly. And I did lose I did lose about 10 pounds. So then I got stuck at 218, or I got to about 218 doing that in 3 weeks. Lost 10 pounds in 3 weeks. That was great. That's awesome. If I could do that no sugar, no flour, and like, okay, so it was a bright line eating, so then it was a lot of vegetables, and you were weighing your vegetables and making sure, and it was a ton, and it was just too much, I think. Too, like, not even that I would love to eat that, but it was too stressful, and my husband is the only one working, and we're on a tight budget, and he was, stressed out that I was spending too much money on eating vegetables, and I couldn't handle the pressure from him. I just couldn't handle that pressure from him being on my butt about it, and like, I guess me causing us to be broke because I wanted to eat vegetables. Or like I needed a certain amount. So anyways, I quit doing that. Overall, I think I tried about for 2 months with, bright, like, no sugar, no flour, and then kind of trying to follow it halfway, and I got to 214 pounds, I believe, was the lowest I got with that. And like I said, if I could just stay on that and finances was not a problem and my husband was not worried about it, then I could do that, and I think it would be good. And also giving up having no sugar, no flour in this culture is very difficult. So I don't know, but I think it would be easier if the finances was not a problem to like try to stick to that, but it is a problem. So I stopped doing that. So now this is my next attempt at doing it with somebody's help, and this is my doctor, my medical doctor, who in Canada you have free medical. So this is like the most affordable option for me, and he wants me to do this Saxenda drug, so I'm trying it now. And am I doing this right? I have no idea. Probably not. This probably is not the best way to do it, but what I have found in the last 3 weeks of doing it is it has helped for the mental relief of trying to fight the cravings all the time and have the willpower and stuff. Like, basically it takes away your appetite, it slows down your digestion. So like if you eat too much, you feel like garbage. If you eat too much sugar, you feel like garbage. So like today the other day I ate too much bread and my stomach hurt for like the whole day, and I was like burping, I had so much gas, and then like finally, until I had another bowel movement, sorry for the TMI, my stomach hurt because it was like just too full. So then after that, like I haven't eaten bread since then, which my husband is a baker, so we always have bread in the house. But I'm like not into it right now. Like I can't eat bread. I'm scarred from that. So I guess that was good. That's a good thing probably if I'm gonna lay off the bread for a while. Oh yeah, then today I had a muffin and a coffee for lunch, which yes, I know that's a terrible choice and I should have eaten something better than that, but that's what I ate, and then I felt like sick all day. And then I just couldn't eat anymore and until like whatever, 6 or something. And then I started to feel like, shaky from not eating anything all day probably. So I had tuna and beans with cheese on top. And that was really good and my body handled that really well. So even though like my willpower, I'm making bad choices, like my body's kind of forcing me to choose healthy choices because that's the only thing that feels good in the stomach, digesting it and stuff. So that's my experience. I guess it is kind of creating like, I feel like, okay, from Brightline Eating, that's a diet on the internet. The person behind that diet is called Susan Pierce Thompson, and she's like a neurological scientist of some sort that has studied like addiction and food addiction. And if you listen to her, a lot of the stuff has resonated with me that she talks about. And I feel like it has probably been the most helpful way to look at my weight problem is as it being a food addiction. And I do feel like it's a health problem that I can't, like, knowing that I have insulin resistance, I can't just be fat and happy. I talked about this before, but I know sugar is causing me problems in my health. I know I will probably get diabetes if I continue just to eat sugar and garbage all the time. So like that is the main push that's making me focus on trying to lose weight, and that is why I am taking this drug and risking my health, because there are some side effects that are fairly scary, but I need to, I feel like if I don't, like I need to do something drastic is what I'm trying to say, because I've spent the last 2 years trying to do it myself and I haven't got any progress any time, and I cannot continue to live like this and continue to like put my body in, like, having visceral fat around your organs is not healthy for you, and it increases the risk of diabetes, and it increases the risk of heart disease, and it increases so I'm risking my health already being obese and having all this weight around my midsection and that is where most of my fat is. So yes, for now I'm trying to risk my health, trying to get on a better path, and I feel like this drug is helping me, okay, I in my mind, like, thinking about food as a food addiction, I feel like this drug is like kind of like a rehab. Like, I need extra support. I can't do it by myself. This is forcing me to like just not have willpower and not have the struggle right now, and basically not have the option to binge or eat sugar and stuff because it just makes me feel sick. So yeah, I'm looking at it in that way right now. So I'm looking at it as like a short term, like my goal would be like 4 months. That's kind of by the end of the year. I would like to be done with it. So it is like really like I just need a kickstart. I need some success, because like also how people say, and I think like it's a lot like of a mental thing. Like, it's so hard to stick to a diet when you're not getting any success on the scale. which I haven't. And like I've done things for like 8 weeks and lost like 5 pounds in 8 weeks or something, which is like nothing. I know it's better than nothing, but you know, when you're like hardcore, like putting your all into it, and like when anyways, yes, it's difficult. It's difficult when you're making it your priority and you're putting other things to the back burner and like not seeing any or very little result. So I'm sorry this is all over the place, but I feel like if I can get some success, you know, for a few months, it can get me going on the right habits and hopefully make it easier to stick to a good routine. And also, now that my life is getting a little bit less difficult with my kids being a little bit older, I might be able to try to implement like an exercise routine that I can stick to on a regular basis. That'd be great. Anyways, which I think I'm gonna start doing that like this week. So okay, now since I talked for so long already, I want to get to my week 3 experience on Saxenda, which is, it was good. Saxenda, they want you to take, you have to gradually work up to the maximum dose. So it will take you like 5 weeks to get to the maximum dose, or there's 5 levels of dosing, I guess I could say, and you're supposed to like go up a level every week, but it says you can like stay on one level if the symptoms are too hard or too much for you. So, but I also, for me, because of the like risks, and my husband is, you know, completely worried because one of the risks is cancer, and he, you know, he has heard, he doesn't want me to die basically from this drug. So he doesn't feel like I should go up all the way. He wants me to stay like at the lower doses, which I feel like I also want to stay at the lower doses for that reason, and also because I don't want to go on this drug to like super high levels and then lose this weight and not like lose the weight fast and not build in the routines and the healthy structure and stuff and the boundaries around food and all that. Like I want to be working on that while I'm on the drug, so that when I get off the drug, I have myself kind of set up for success and I can keep the weight off. I don't want to get on the drug, take it really fast, lose a whole bunch of weight fast, and then get off of it and then gain it all back because I didn't change my habits, and I, you know what I'm saying? So my plan is to stay on, like, I don't want to go up any higher than I am already. I'm at like the 2nd dose. I don't need to go higher than that. I don't think this week was brutal enough. I think I don't want to. Yes, did not have much of an appetite. I struggled when I did eat too much that one day, that my stomach really hurt for like the whole day. I was very uncomfortable. So yeah, I think I will stay on this dose, and I might even lower it again to the minimum dose, because I just want to make it like a little bit of a help, but mostly be trying to do it naturally myself. I don't know. That's just my plan for now. So basically what I'm saying is, I'm on the first 2 weeks, I was on the lowest dose. The 3rd week, which is this past week, I was on the 2nd lowest dose. And I felt like it was effective enough. I did not struggle with willpower too much this week because I didn't have much of an appetite. And when I did, I ate too much for what I should be on the drug because my digestion is too slow right now, and it hurt. So then I definitely did not eat too much after that. So yeah, so overall I feel like it went well. Oh yes, and now I still didn't talk about my weight. I lost 1 pound this week, which is okay because I am to the point where I always get stuck. There's something about 218. 218 is where I always get stuck in the past attempts. I cannot get past that. It's like something with my body and 218. It wants to stick there. So I was at 218 mostly the whole week, 218, 219. Today I'm finally measured at 217. That's the lowest I've been ever on this. Yeah, so that's the lowest I have been, which is only 1 pound lower than last week. But that's okay because I think, like I said, my body wants to plateau here for some reason. I'm going to give it a little bit more time. We'll give it another week and see what happens. But yeah, after 3 weeks, I haven't been doing this for very long. That's the one thing that I have struggled with over the past few years is like sticking to something consistently. And I feel like the willpower is not a problem here. Like I can just poke myself, it doesn't take much willpower. Just poke yourself every day with a needle. So I'm really trying to focus on that and try to do this consistently for, 2 or 3 months or 4 months and see if it's going to make a difference. Anyways, I think that's it. So I guess my review for this week was a positive one again. I am done blabbing about my weight. I hope if you struggle with weight, I don't know, you get something going for yourself too, that internally you're not always fighting against yourself with happiness and stuff. But anyways, my phone's gonna run out of storage space, so I'm just gonna go. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.